Hey everybody, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I make really original, new videos all the time. I don't just play on the same map and record games of me playing the same characters on the same map all the time. So just watch this video, subscribe, watch all the videos to come, and thanks for coming to the channel. Oh, and please mute this next part. Okay, listen, if you've been here multiple times, you'll know that this is the third game in a row that I've casted a game on Goldfish Princess, and the second game in a row that I have played Sami. Sorry about it. I really wanted to get an interesting game on a different map, but I played the entirety of this game yesterday in one day, and as I was going to bed, I was thinking, no, I can't. I can't upload a video on it. I just can't. But then when I woke up the next morning, I realized I had to upload a video on this because this is unlike any match literally I've ever played. This was a lot of, not a lot of firsts, but a big first for me in Advanced Wars gameplay, and I wanted to share it all with you guys. So hey, I'm Connor Everything, and welcome to this Advanced Wars by Web replay. Okay, so to break down the game, we are playing on Goldfish Princess. This was a tier 4 match. I am playing Sami, and my opponent is playing Jess. So, as is tradition, let's intro the COs here. So I'm playing Sami. Foot soldiers gain 30% attack, which is a very nice buff and very advantageous for interrupting caps. They also get a 50% capture point bonus, meaning if you have a fully healthy infantry whose health is 10, if you were to capture a base, you'd capture the 10 plus 50% of 10, which is 5. So instead of going down 10, it'd go down 15, and you only have 5 left to capture it. Same with 4. If you have a soldier with 4 health, you'd capture it 4, plus 50% of that is 2, you'd capture it by 6. So you can see she's very hard to interrupt on her caps. Her CO power is rarely used. It's called double time. Foot soldiers gain +1 movement, and their attack is increased to 50%. For 3 stars, it's not that much. And all right, guys, I'm fixing this once and for all. I believe her super CO power is actually 8 stars. There we go. How about that? A little live fix. it's either 8 or 9 stars. I'm sorry, but it's definitely more than 6. And it's called Victory March. Foot soldiers gain 2 movement, and their attack is increased to 70%. Pretty good. Here's the kicker. Foot soldiers can capture buildings instantly, even at 1 HP. So what does that mean for your opponent? If you see a victory march coming, and you have to get good at seeing a victory march coming, you have to cover up your properties for the victory march. You have to deny Sami vision, and then cover up your properties, because you never know. Those things can just go so quick, and they can be pretty devastating in any game you play, really. So another cool thing about Sami is her transports gain +1 movement, which can be crazy advantageous on some maps and alright on the other. I always like building an early APC on Sami just to get infantry to the front line and try to get them in forests to be sneaky to pop a victory march later. However, the kicker and why she's not above a tier 4 is her other units will lose 10% health. All other direct units, or sorry, attack. They lose 10% attack. I mean, her tanks are objectively weaker than almost any other CO out there. The only tanks that are weaker, I believe, are Sturm's, and Sturm has +20 to defense, and he has obviously other increases that, if I ever play Sturm, I'll have to talk about him. Okay, I'm playing against Jess, whose day-to-days our vehicles gain 10% attack. So you can see, yeesh, whew. There is quite the disparity in damage between me and Jess. But her foot soldiers lose 10% attack. So that means in a foot soldier to foot soldier battle, I'm coming away super clean. I'm interrupting caps really hard. And then on my victory march, I can attack her infantry with my infantry and almost one-shot them. That's how weak. And then take no damage in return. That's how weak Jess infantry are. Her regular CO power, turbocharge, means that vehicles gain +1 movement, and their attack is increased from 10% to 20%. So a 10% boost in attack, but in Advanced Wars, if any CO pops a CO power or super CO power, they gain an additional 10% to attack and defense anyway. So call it like this: turbocharge, vehicles gain +1 movement, and instead of moving from 10 to 20, they actually move from 10 to 30% damage. And then all units resupply with fuel and ammo. Now, I've already covered this, not really useful for this map. Useful in some maps, just not really this one. But her CO power and super CO power are arguably two of the best in the entire game because they're so cheap and they do so much. With overdrive, vehicles gain 2 movement and their attack is increased to 40%, plus the additional 10% from a comm tower and a 10% from just popping a CO power. Call that an additional 60%. So on her superpower, her infantry, all of her units, her direct units are hitting at 160% what they would if it was just a normal CO. Of course, you got to factor in that you always get the comm tower boost, you always get the 10% attack boost, but at any rate, she's hitting ridiculously hard. And what makes Jess so good is the movement on her CO power and the double movement on her super CO power. Movement champs are impossible, or not impossible, they are so difficult to predict and play against. You don't know if they're going to pop a normal power and get the movement. You don't know if they're going to pop a superpower and get the movement. And if they do have a superpower, suddenly, instead of spacing out your units 6 spaces away from a tank, you have to space them out 8 spaces away from a tank. I mean, that's a lot. There's no denying that is a lot. So, this game, my strategy is obviously a Sami, and this is a strategy Sami has to use against facing any other CO that's going to hit her harder, is get your capture game up, win by capping the HQ, or simply win by getting such a higher income lead that you can slam your enemy with teched up units. Yes, Sami's medium tanks hit have a 10% deficit to their attack, but they're still going to shred Jess tanks, period. So if I can roll medium tanks while he's rolling tanks, I'm going to come out on top, and there's no question about that. So, with all that being said, this is a good game. This is a long game, but it is very good, and there are some crazy plays that go on throughout. And why don't we just start it off? Okay, welcome back. I actually wanted to cut the video there because I had my display settings wrong, and I forgot to mention, I want to do something a little bit different with this game. I'm going to show you a game where only I have vision of the map. You're not going to see my enemy's units. I wanted to make maybe a little bit of a quicker video because I know this is getting repetitive, but still a really cool video nonetheless. Yeah. At the end of the video, let me know if you like this format of videos better. Do you like when I keep my enemy hidden in the fog? Do you like when you can see what my enemy's doing? You like to see my enemy's unit count, stuff like that? Let me know. This is going to be a different type of video than I've ever done. I've only done a couple, but let me know what format you would prefer. And I'm commenting on myself. Obviously, if I'm commenting between 2 people, I'd have, their units on the map, but I want to show you guys what I was looking at and tell me if you would have made any other decisions based on the decisions that I make in this game. So I go infantry, and well, we don't know what he goes. So let's just focus on my gameplay right now, shall we? Okay, so there goes his turn, and unfortunately, if you look at the bottom of the screen, you can see what he's doing. But if I just skip the turn like this, we can skip it until we start seeing his units. So here we go. I finally learned to move that infantry up. If you're a fan of the channel, you'll know that I've had trouble with that on this map, but not anymore. I moved that straight up to grab the airport turn 4. Okay, moving out. And I'm still pumping out more infantry. It's very important for Sami to get enough infantry on the board because at the end of the day, if your victory march comes around and you don't have enough infantry on the board, you are screwed. So I like to take an early infantry advantage and just pump out as many as I can right off the bat and then deal with what is to come on the fly. I'm not going to have an advanced tank. In fact, I'm almost certain by this point he's built a recon or a tank. So I'm not going to have anything to deal with that for a long time. But that's okay because I think I have the skills to react to it in time. So I think on this turn, I do build something. Okay, build a tank and a recon, so the recon can go and the tank can back it up, or vice versa. One gets vision, one can get, and then if the recon gets slammed, the tank is there to clean it up. All right, cool. So yeah, one unfortunate thing with the replay viewer is you can see his moves with my cursor hovered over it. That's okay. There might be a way around it. I can edit a little black bar over it or something. In fact, I might do that so nobody can see. All right, pushing out, or just don't look. It's not that hard not to look. Okay. Pushing out, and then I have another tank to back these up, but it looks like I'm actually going to push this out to protect my infantry. All right, here he comes. I doubt he's going to come into my vision. He does not. All right, here we go. Moving. I got no vision on any of his troops. I got to imagine a recon is in the area by now. Let's see. There it is. There's probably his first recon, but now that I know how far away this is, this kind of tells me that he probably bought this before he could buy a tank to immediately back it up. I'm kind of thinking this could be a loan right now, and we'll see what he decides to do with it. So like I said, Sami, her transports have +1 move. So I'd like to buy one early and kind of forego, like I could have bought a tank here or an artillery, but I like to forego that and just shuffle my infantry far on the map because, like I said, if they're so hard to interrupt. If you can throw your Sami infantry way far away from your base and just get a cap started in an area that might have 1 or 2 infantry, you still have the power to capture that building. I see he has 2 recons in the area. I have an immediate response to it though. So now I'm like, wow, he went double recon. This guy likes his recons. But I was like, okay, and now I'm like, he definitely does not have a tank backing him up there if he went double recon. At least that's what I thought. Okay, I got my comm tower first, then I can slam into him with my tank. I go infantry engagement, infantry engagement, infantry engagement, and now his vision over here is gone. He's essentially just wasted a a recon. This unit still has full capping potential. All he did was get an interrupt on this unit. That's it, and I ate his recon for it. Good move. Okay, I see he's pretty deep down here. He's already capturing that base. I see this one's open, so I'm like, okay, figure we just trade that base. There's his recon. Now here's where I kind of kicked myself. If I was gonna get that vision anyway, I should have moved my tank first, because then I could have come in with a pretty heavy slam on my tank. He's got 5 infantry in this area. I was pretty shocked to know that, but then I thought, okay, there's no chance he's got any down here. With this kind of presence up here, I know that I can capture a lot of these with relative ease. I can quickly ferry an infantry out here to get my income game up quicker. I think that this battlecopter will end up paying for itself throughout the length of the game, because now this is no longer contested. I can probably just get it. See what he does. Goes for the cap. Shoots. Decides to take a shot instead of running away, and now I can see him. I don't know if I agree with that. He's really pushing hard to the corner. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it. Covers up his property because I can do some Sami shenanigans and get a pretty good foothold over that. All right, I don't see anything else, so it's my turn. Push out. I see this is empty. I'm thinking if he's mirroring me, he might have this over here, but he has so many infantry in this area. I think this is empty. Okay, push out. Get vision on that forest tile. Clog up some forest tiles. Take a nice shot. It's going to be 7 to 8. I mean, it was an okay engagement. I still have full capping potential for this, and now he doesn't. So at the end of the day, I think that was actually a good move. And now I can start getting my mechs to the front line. That's another reason an early transport can help, because you can actually forego a tank and just build mechs. Shuffle your mechs to the front line. They kind of do the same thing. Obviously, you have to be really good at spacing them, and I'm just learning how to do that much better. I did not do it to great effect this game. So in the future, I'll just have to get better, but Sami mechs can be used to such good effect. He doesn't have vision. I'm like, I'm just going to throw this away. He's probably got someone in there. Nope, I got it. So now look at how far up I am on him in the middle. I have a really good cap game in the middle, and that's thanks to that transport copter right there. I I saw that he moved somebody into this bush, so I know that there's somebody in there. I maintain vision on this recon so I can get a shot with my tank. Finish off with the recon. Now I think his vision over here is gone. I think in the early game, I'm getting a nice jump. Okay. All right, and then Jess's battlecopters are minus 10% attack. It's kind of funny, so are mine. So we have equal battlecopters if you think about it, which is kind of messed up. But I'm like, you know what? I'll just keep one in the area just in case he builds one. I'm not really expecting him to. And he does not go for the interrupt here. He could have. He had a troop that could have gone here and a troop that could have gone here and hit me pretty hard, but he opts not to, and I wonder why. I probably would have gone for the interrupt. Look at all this infantry up here. I was like, okay, if you want to take this, you want to take that up there, I literally cannot stop you, so go ahead. Starts capping. I know I can get an interrupt. He gets himself trapped. I don't really have a good... I do have a follow-up for this. That would require me driving my tank really deep into enemy territory. We will see if I do that. Here we go. Oh, and by the way, last video I said that the replay viewer doesn't show if you get trapped, and it just did. So, look at that. I guess I was wrong. A nice little mech up here if he wants to come in for an interrupt. I can possibly get a nice shot off with my mech. And then what did I do? I just ran in and said screw it, and he wasn't on the property, but that is his property. And I know. And look, I plugged this up. If he wants to come interrupt with this recon next turn, I got a tank for him, and I'm probably going to swing these properties. That's going to look good. That's going to look really good on my income. And look, 1, 2, 3, just like that. Thank you, T-Copter. That got me in position to grab that right away. And his infantry is. Sometimes you'd say, you know, a player is too spread out. Well, maybe his infantry's a little too together. He doesn't have, you know, you don't need all this infantry up here. Yeah, he'll fight his way to get this one and this one, but, you know, this one can still be contested. I can reinforce that one pretty quick. Okay, and he just lets me get that property. I thought that was a weird decision. Figure his battlecopter maybe would fly over here. Okay, pushing up. I mean, I go B-copter and 2 mechs. I mean, Sami mechs are so good. I'm really just, this game was me really trying to teach myself how to effectively use Sami mechs because it's really important. Look, he's given me these. This income's gonna swing, and considering I have these 2 and I'm gonna have these 2, and I have these 3, I know that I'm playing Sami correct. I'm gonna have a big lead over him. A good play to get vision on that, and then I'm like, wow, he's got 3 tanks in the area. This is now officially his strong side. I can see, and make that 4. No, that one came from over here. So he's officially got 3 tanks in the area, and I don't have any more vision of the middle. I still have these 3 properties, though. If I can just hold on to these 3, you know, in my old games, I'd say turtle up. If I can just turtle up, hold on to those 3, then I'll be just fine. So yeah, I know, like, it's too big. His force is too big over here for me to hold on to that. Let's see how I respond. I grab that, take out his infantry, get a good shot with my tank, and then can clean up with a recon. I'm really hoping he doesn't have any more vision, but I know that I just denied him a ton, and I swing 2 properties. Pretty good. I'm going to have a couple turns of an income lead, plus he should have at least one of these. There's count these 4 properties right here. You know, I should have 2 and my opponent should have 2. That's the way it should usually work out. Okay, I just heal up, kind of reinforce this area in case he gets any ideas of coming back in, and now I'm free to just defend. Just defend my income lead, and because I have a good presence over here, just defend my income lead with all these troops, and stack up, start tech up before him, surprise him with a medium tank, and go hard. At least that's what I was thinking right away. Okay. And then I also want to work more on using artillery, so I go this trio right here. Pretty threatening. I think I'm definitely winning so far. Okay. Yeah, he's gonna clean that up, and then yeah, start capping. So, and then this is gonna be 7-7. I think he has another tank coming in though. He's definitely gonna get that. Nothing I can do. So I know he had another tank in the area, and then I was like, what? Why didn't you hit me again? Weird. However, he's clogging this up, so I can't retaliate. Good move on his part. I don't know why he decided not to hit me with his tank again. Was he too far away? I couldn't tell. I could have kept track of it. But I just couldn't tell. And now I'm like, oh my! I saw a tank drive in here. He's got another one in the area. It could have been this one, or he could just be stacking tanks. I don't know. And then, yeah, I shoot back at him. I'm like, I'm just going to cripple this because this isn't... I mean, I could have pulled this back, but I also want to maintain pressure on this property. I don't know. Actually, I probably just should have conceded this and pulled it back. I know I'm going to get this. I know I'm going to get... Who cares if I put this down to 3? Probably just should have run away. Get eyes, and I'm like, wow, I'm going to get some nice vision of his HQ. Maybe I could get in close for an HQ cap early. Get some mechs on good properties where if he wants to dislodge them, he's going to have to take a shot from a mech. Get some more recon information. Start moving towards this property in his HQ. If I can dislodge that infantry, I could do some pretty cool stuff. Interrupt that property, I want it. Interrupt that. I'm assuming he didn't build an anti-air. But I definitely should have assumed that. And then just cover up that property. I'm like, okay, if I haven't seen a battlecopter by now, there's probably not one coming. There's probably not one in the chamber. So I guess I was okay with sacking that, but also thought that I could survive because of the defense stars. Then he'd have to make a choice whether to hit my tank or hit my anti-air. So I don't know, probably getting overzealous and overextending. But I wanted to maintain my income lead for sure. And I know this would delay him further, but at what cost? I might lose these 2 units. So we'll see what happens. Roll out, build a copter because I'm thinking if this gets destroyed, I want it to be replaced. And if this gets destroyed, I want it to be replaced too. So... and yeah, just like that, he had it like right in his forest tile. Ouch, that hurt. All right, let's switch it up here. Okay, I think Jess's theme is like one of the best themes in the whole game. It's so good. Okay, so yep, and just in time for a single power turbocharge. Let's see what she can do with it. Yep, and you know with a turbocharge, I don't know where this came from. This could have come from 7 tiles away, but a nice hit either way. And I was like, holy tanks. He's got quite the tank presence in here. I can get a nice shot with my mech next turn, which is great. And then, yeah, he'll definitely clean that up. And now I got no vision. I'm sure and he starts capping this. I definitely want to maintain this. You'll see what he did. His black boat is covering his harbor. I was like, oh, you genius. I should have been doing that in every single game that I've been playing. So now I know from now on that's exactly what I'm going to do with my black boat. I'm going to cover that up so my opponent can't get to it. I was in shock at how many tanks he had. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, he literally must have been just spamming tanks. Yet, despite me taking care of 2 recons, he still has recons on the board. I was blown away with how he was building and the amount of infantry that he had. Now, keep in mind, then I realized, oh, he's just giving all of this up. And smart him, check this out, covers up he had an infantry on there. When did he move it off? Right there. Had an infantry on here, saw that I was real close to a victory march, moved it off, covered it up with a tank. Literally might have saved him the game. In fact, I'm almost certain it did. And you'll see why in a sec. Because I think this turn, I pulled out Excel and I started doing calcs, and let's see if that's true. So this is what I do. I want to interrupt this cap. I know that I want to do that. I might as well just do it now. I get vision of these 2 cities and go, oh, wait a minute. I have infantry poised to capture all 4 of these. Considering I already have 22,000, that would put me at 26,000. And I know from the last game, if I capture 27,000, I win by cap. Now check this out. Each infantry is going to get 5 move. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This infantry will capture this one. 1, 2, 3. This infantry will capture this one. 1, 2, 3. This will capture this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will capture this one. Well, I need one more property. I'm not getting this, and I'm not getting anything else. And he's going to get this next turn, so it's now or never. This infantry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If his airport is open, and I can get my victory march, I win by cap. It's that quick. Let's see. Damn. That was this move. He could have pushed this out towards the front lines. He could have done a lot with this, but this move saved the game for him for now. I was like, you got to be kidding me. I couldn't believe how close I was. I need to sack this to get damage. I did the calcs. I stared at my Excel for a pretty long time. I needed to sack that, and then I needed to get a hit off here. That was just a good shot. Victory march, baby. Don't worry, we will get back to Jess's theme, but let's get some Super CO power going in the meantime. Okay. Here we go. Let's count. 1. I just want to kill his infantry. 2. A clean shot with the mech. And then I was disappointed that I did this. Or no, I wasn't. I was fine. No, I was fine with it. And then a nice shot there. I just pulled that back. I don't know why. Nice shot here. And then I should not have done this to clear it up, because now what I needed to do was, oh no, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, see, this would have been nice. This mech could have hit this, and then this would have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to clean up this. This one slips here. This one slips here. But instead, I don't take my time and I cover up the spot where I can get a shot off with my mech. I need to use this to capture this. There's no way around it. But our income has swung big time, and I kind of sacked this mech to kill his recon. His recons were like flies to me this game. I saw him, and all I could think about was swatting him and getting rid of him. That's literally all I could think about. So I kind of throw it away, but also kind of a good play. I can one shot it, so why not? It's 3,000 for 4,000. At the end of the day, it's a good trade. I see all his tanks. I have to match his energy. There's no doubt about that. So, extremely successful victory march. I know that I have a giant income lead, and I remember at this point on, I was thinking, okay, what I need to do is listen to my own advice from the last couple of videos. I need to tech up, spam medium tanks, spam artillery, and just sit back and let my income lead do the work for me. Max out my unit count so he has a maxed out unit count, and then we'll be even, and then I can go in. That's what I knew that I needed to do. So a good shot with the Jess tank. I mean, it just does so much damage. He's threatening over here. All right. I see he's got another tank. Yeah, I mean, he's just got tanks galore. Another tank. He is just hitting me so hard. Another recon. I was like, another recon. Look at this guy. Seriously, this dude was obsessed with recons. I was like I said, they were like flies to me. Like I was like, I just all I want to do is swat them down. But they're only worth 4,000, and I was just completely taken aback at how many tanks he had, how many infantry he had, and how many recon he had. Like how could that all be possible? I get a nice shot back with my that mech paid for itself a million times. That is $14,000 worth of damage, plus I cleaned up $1,400 worth of damage, plus $2,800 worth of damage, plus I cleaned up a 4,000 mech. That definitely paid for itself. I knew about that tank, but still, I was just in awe about how many. So he does not want to attack a Sami infantry on a property when I'm superpowering. Pretty smart, but he boxes me in an attempt to get it in a later turn. Here I am. I have a clean shot that I can take with my artillery. I felt good about that, and I just kind of ran in to get vision. Could have pulled back, but he had so much vision and forces in the area. I guess I could have evacuated. In fact, that's definitely what I should have done. But I just wanted to see what he was making. If he was making a battlecopter. Notice how we haven't seen a battlecopter all game. This is the moment I realized I don't think I really have to make anti-air ever again. I am pretty convinced he will never, ever, ever make a battlecopter this game. So that made me feel pretty good. Shoot that down. I get a shot with my mech. I can finish. And I'm like, fine, if you're not, like, if I don't need this, I'll just sack it. I don't care. And then I can take that out because I think maybe he only has one anti-air in the area. I don't know. I just take it out. And then, yeah, like I said, I start pulling. I definitely should have evacuated this. But I really wanted to see what he had going on in his airport. And I didn't want to risk getting trapped here unless I was already there, in which case that was a mistake. And then, yeah, I don't want this front to fall apart. I want to maintain these properties, so I need to shuffle some troops up, move my mechs up. I want this. I want these two properties. If I can maintain these two, I know I can maintain these two for a little bit longer and just get some. Here we go. Here's my first teched up unit out. That was the move there. That was definitely the move there. Okay. Nope, not that one. Here we go. Okay, here we go. His turn, he moves out. Shot. Yeah, I have to abandon this front. This one, and I felt really good because I was like, think about all the turns he had. Let's say he made an infantry here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So after 3 turns and then 2 turns of capping, I get 5,000 income from this property, guaranteed. That felt awesome. Okay, he's pulling back. He's covering up my properties. You know, I guess why not? Now it's him that's on the retreat, and him, and now is when the war games start. I don't really think he has vision of me, and as you can see, I don't have vision of him. So what do I have to do? Yes, I get a cover up. He's never going to get that. He's not going to dislodge head unless he has an artillery in the area, and I haven't seen one all game. Build another teched up medium tank. That I have to press my income advantage. There's no doubt about that. He doesn't have any forces in these areas. I got these 2 covered up with properties. He's not going to get these for a long time. I can maintain this income lead. I know I can. I was feeling so good. And look at this. A death ball, perhaps? A Sami death ball? He's not going to get a clean shot at this. I know that for sure. He gets himself trapped, but he can clean up. That's fine. Moves away, and he starts capping. Okay, so he's going to get that one for sure. And I can maybe do something about this. Okay. I can see his movement, weaving in and out of the tiles. It's kind of hard to see in Advanced Wars by web. You'd have to do the replay viewer a lot to really see it. But I know there's activity, and look at this. No vision. So I'm like, oh wow, I guess I'll just take this forest. And gameplay gets a little boring from here. Build a bomber. I'm like, I need units to a lot. I need responses to a lot of different threats. I know his income is so low that a medium tank would be a big buy for him. If I can get a clean shot off with my bomber on his medium tank, and then have just a tank clean up, my medium tank can just is free. It's free to do whatever it wants. It's not going to get a clap back from a just medium tank. I was feeling really good. I knew he had tanks and recon in this area, so I decided to reinforce with the battlecopter. Good move. And then it's time to ball up. Here we go. I need to get my medium tanks in the fray. And then, let's just ball up. Yep, he's getting these properties, but I know I still have an advantage. 24,000 is still a big advantage. Look, I have all 4 of these middle properties, all 4, plus these 2, and then I have So I know I still have a big income advantage. Okay, here we go, and I still have no vision. So looking back at it, probably should have made a recon. And I mean, look at all of him just moving in silence. Real G's move in silence like lasagna. I think Lil Wayne once said that. He did say that. I can confirm that. Okay, now look at this. Looks pretty good. I'm taking my own advice. I'm using my income lead. I'm not overextending. I'm balling up, protecting my artillery, getting more artillery in position, and slowly, very slowly, moving up towards just full control over the middle, so I maintain these 2 properties. Get a big tech up here. Neo tank. I have a Neo tank and a bomber. He's at something like, I believe he's at like maybe 16,000. That's it, a turn. 16,000 a turn, that's it. I mean, we can count. Here, let's count. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. He's at 16. With this, he'll be at 17. That's it. I am at 24,000 a turn. If I keep pushing out my pumped up, teched up units, I'm going to be golden. And you know what? Okay, so now it goes to 20. So now he'll be at not 17 but 18. But it'll be 22,000 to 18. That's still a 4,000 income lead on a turn-to-turn basis, and I got multiple turns of a big income lead. So if I just keep doing this, it's going to pay off. So I see he has vision, so I'm just going to push up, ball up around my artillery with just infantry and tanks. I got medium tanks, I got artillery, I got a Neo tank coming in. Everything's looking pretty good. I got a nice ball around this artillery, a lot of infantry blocking. I don't build a teched up unit, but I want to get more mechs to the field, so I can buy this nice set. I realize I don't have any vision, so I buy a recon. Here we go. I was really pissed. I'm like, because look at this. Look at his recons. He's got 1, 2, 3 recons on the board. Like, I remember thinking like, okay, he has to be foregoing something. Like he only has 18,000 a turn. If he keeps building these, he has to be foregoing shit, right? But he's using them to such good effect. I've killed so many of them and gotten so many good trades that I should surely be up by now. But he just keeps building them, and I was like, really, dude? Like, you're really pissing me off. I know nothing. I know nothing what he's got going on here. I am pretty confident that he does not have the funds to be producing medium tanks. That's why I felt so good, and that's why I kept pushing up. I knew my medium tanks could get a good clapback, clean up his recon, hide in the forest, balling more in case he wants to swoop around, and then I just have it on a property. I get 3 defense stars here. I push up. I can quickly ferry an infantry up to the front lines. I want my vision. I want my vision up here really badly. I get trapped. I go get some recon information, bomb him out. Now, what I've just done is revealed my bomber to him. And I think that was a big mistake. You know what? I was wondering, you guys are going to see how he deals with it. You guys are going to see how he deals with it, and I didn't know why he decided to deal with it like that, and that's all because I decided to take out an infantry with my bomber. I thought, and then I knew he didn't have vision. I knew I can pull it back. God, how annoying, right? Like flies, like literal flies. Oh my God, cannot see. He is not giving me any info as to what's going on behind the scenes here. I can only assume him building tanks, artillery maybe, and then obviously he's been building recon. So here we go. I also know he's very close to a turbocharge, but that simply just didn't really scare me. I underestimated his turbocharge, and you'll see very quickly the consequences of this. So I reveal my bomber to him, and then I'm like, okay, yeah, so he's gonna have to build anti-air, but that's gonna take forever to get here. And then I just want to clean up his recon. I can get clean shots off with infantry, cleans up his recon, cripples his infantry, moves my artillery into a bush. So now I'm slowly but surely pushing up. I even build rockets to get some big coverage. Like I said, I am pushing this income lead. I am building teched up units, and that's exactly what needs to happen. So I have a pretty big, look at this wall. This is a death ball if I've ever seen one. Really well protected artillery. One's in a bush. I'm basically going to get a shot up with this. A Neo tank. I know he doesn't have a Neo tank. There is not a chance that he has a Neo tank. Well, ladies and gents, I'm just going to go ahead and start playing this theme now while I talk. And I think you'll know why. He does some math here. Very calculated. So first of all, I pushed way too far in without vision of possible artilleries. Look at all the things that could be in range of artilleries right now. There could be an artillery here, 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 all in range of units. So, I mean, this looks really threatening. I'm like, great, I can start getting this property next turn and just start really bowling over him. That's 1 artillery shot, 2 artillery shots. Gets vision of behind me. I'm like, what's he doing? He now has vision of my entire army. He has vision of my entire death ball. Now look at him. What is he doing? He's throwing his units away. No, he's not. He's building up for something pretty big. And now I'm like, ooh, he just one-shot my mech. That is no good. He's sacking units. Uh-oh. And not only this was terrifying because he popped overdrive and then I saw his little vision thing go back to 1. Only 1 person was watching the match, which can only mean one thing. He popped open the move planner. And with a recon that allowed him to see every single unit in my death ball, and with 2 extra movement, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, a tank made from here can get a Jess boosted, superpower boosted shot on my tanks. And here it goes. He has built 2 anti-airs. Hit. Uh-oh. Oh, no. I mean, I'm like, well, at least I'll get a shot off with this, right? At least I'll get a shot off with that. Oh. Oh, I mean, this is where I pounded my fucking desk. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. She one-shot my infantry on planes with a tank, and I'm a mech. I was so pissed. He can see, look at all the tanks he's been accruing. I've been building a death ball. Look at all of the tanks. Look at all of the tanks. I couldn't believe it. There it is. There's the anti-air. And suddenly, I can't see what he's doing. I don't have a recon. I have a victory march. I have a victory march. I have infantry. I decide to pop it, and just get some info on, and then I needed to take it. I know he doesn't have a bomber. He doesn't have a battlecopter. I know this was the shot I had to take. I get vision of the comm tower. Check this out. I can snag his comm tower. I'm hitting with double comm towers now, and I can get some revenge on some of her units. I sack that, and just to weaken it for my bomber so she wouldn't clap back. And now there's no anti-air in the area. I know I'm good, so I can now hit with my copter. Look at that shot with that mech, really good. Despite that turbocharge, he did have a lot of tanks in the area. I took care of some of them. And with more teched up units coming in and rockets coming in, next he's not going to hit back at this. He's not going to hit back at this, and he might hit back at this. But you know, if I were him, I would call that a draw and pull back. So we each slammed into each other pretty hard there. He had fucking vision on my fucking rockets, man. So infuriating. Despite getting only 18,000 a turn, he made some room and built a fighter. That was the last thing I was expecting. And he cripples my bomber. This bomber got one shot a infantry. It killed an anti-air. But now what am I going to do about it? The only thing that I can deal with it is this anti-air. Bops me off of the comm tower and starts capping. So I really only got 2 turns of it. Except, here's the mistake. I'm going to start making some big mistakes right now, besides me pushing in prematurely. I mean, guys, that death ball looked pretty good, did it not? So he pulls back. He does pull back. I remember being glad that he pulled back, because now I can get some stuff done. So to recap, this is what I looked like before my turn. That is pretty crazy. That is pretty damn crazy. Frustrating. But here's my turn. I know this took a shot from a recon, but I also know that I can one-shot it. I drive in to get vision, and I know he doesn't have an answer to this medium tank, so I said, okay, I'm actually going to interrupt that comm tower and keep it for another turn. Now, was that the best thing ever? Well, I'm throwing away this infantry and possibly this recon, that's for sure. But I'm not throwing away my medium tank, and I'm maintaining a firepower advantage for longer. So, not the worst. Time to pull back. And would you look at this? I got another little death ball brewing, still with more advantage. So even if he took a little bit of an advantage there, I can still fix this. I need some more anti-air in the area. And what does he do on his first turn? He takes care. So that was an artillery shot. Great, he's got artillery in the area. So now I'm scared for my medium tank, because I know that more artillery's in there. He joint caps. He cannot clean up my infantry quite yet, but I know he's going over here. So I'm gonna have to reinforce this area. Okay, so now I know he has an anti-air in the area. He has an anti-air in the area, and I cannot drive my medium tank within the area of this comm tower without getting struck by the artillery. Excuse me, not anti-air, artillery. By that artillery in the area. But I one-shot his infantry, and then said, you know what? I'm gonna sack this, because then I can get 2 more turns of boosted damage. And then I'm like, actually 3 more, maybe 3 more, because you're really gonna have it. Okay, I definitely should not have done that. That was really foolish. But sacking the anti-air actually was horrible, because there's a fighter in this area, but you know what? It flew away. So I'm like, I'm never going to catch it. I'm never going to catch it with the anti-air, so I think I'm just going to sack it. So pull like back, and I still have a healthy Neo tank. I know there's no way he's got one. There can be no way. And then I go back to get vision over here. He hits me with an artillery, and then he's obviously gonna be able to clean up all my troops in this area. Gets a shot there, starts capping, can pull back, shot. Yep, and you know that was my curtain call for holding onto that comm tower. Was it worth it? Is a play like that worth it, or should I just let that go? I think I know the answer coming in the comments, but I think I know the answer coming. I probably just should have let it go. Oh well. Man, look at my skin. Am I blinding you guys with how bright my skin is? Is that better? I'm gonna call that better. All right, cool. Okay, and I don't want him to get. I need to maintain my income bonus. So look, and now I got plenty of vision. I got plenty of troops in the area. I can cover up. Not the worst. Not the worst. Okay, let's go back. Okay, here we go. Moving out. And then I remember he didn't have that anti-air in the area, and then I also had vision of this, and I knew it couldn't reach me. So I decided to take an engagement with the copter, and it was a good move. So now I have a 9 rocket. Spent 2 turns healing up. I build another anti-air in case this wants to come all the way back, and I can take care of it that way. It's plus just in case he builds a battle copter, it's always good to have an anti-air. But then the question is, so why did I sack it then? Okay, I see he's amassing his forces, but I also remember that there's no way he can beat me in a game of attrition when it comes to just building up a death ball. There's no way. I have a substantial income advantage over him. Here we go. And I just wanted to do this because I had this recon to get vision if I needed, and that's what I saw. Holy, look at this. Look at this. 4 artillery. And that's when I knew, okay, it's really time to bubble up. There's no breaking that wall in a long time. And look, I have this area locked down. All this income's mine. He's not going to get it. I know that for a fact. These rockets are doing some pretty decent coverage. Here's 2 tanks coming in. Yep, he's just going to shoot on me with artillery. He's going to just... And here's where the war games start again. He's in the fog, and if I know him by now, he's got a recon somewhere, and he can see exactly what I'm doing. I fly this all the way up to get vision because in my mind, I'm like, okay, if he's all right here, I can maybe front switch. I could front switch and start attacking his units over here. So here I go. I'm not front switching yet, but I am slightly moving forward, and me moving forward is a big mistake, and we're gonna review why when the nail in the coffin hits. And I'm not sorry to give away the ending, but you might be thinking, how could he break through this? Look at this. Look, 4 medium tanks, a neo tank, not a bomber anymore, but 3 artillery all lined up. How in the world could he wall break this? And if you're thinking that, I think you're right to think that, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Okay. Here we go. Move up, and I clean that up. I can one-shot that. Then I can get some info and maybe surround my recon so it can't go anywhere. I have lots of artillery in the area. If he wants to come in, I know he doesn't have these teched up units. That is impossible for him to have these teched up units. And then okay. So these 2 tanks, I think I threw away. I wanted to deny him vision, but I mean, why, right? Like he must have another recon in the area. He's like the recon guy. So these I kind of conceded will probably get gobbled up at the end. And something that I just did not consider. So yeah, that sucked. But what else is he really gonna do with that turn? I'm gonna get this next turn with my neo tank, and I can get a shot from this as well. So far, guys, I was right. He does not have the wall breaking power to break through my wall. He just does not. He's pulling back, and I'm putting him on his heels again. I'm doing it. Okay, he gets a shot from his... Yep, that was all going to happen. I knew that. So he leaves his tank alive. I was thankful for that. Can shoot, and then pull back. Here it comes. So now I move up. to get a shot off at his infantry. I clean up that infantry. to deposit my mech in this bush, and I start going for this front. I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to overwhelm him with all these heavy-hitting units. I'm going to overwhelm him with all these heavy-hitting units. And start capping these cities, and then win by cap, because I don't think he can come down here anymore. And if he does, I can quickly reinforce. He was running away like crazy. The mistake that I'm avoiding this time, I'm out of range of his artillery. There's no artillery that can hit me. This artillery is left hanging, but I still have so many teched up units and a rockets. So there's no way he could hit me. Well, guys, I wish I could say that I fought the good fight. I wish I could say that, you know, I went home to my family that night. Here is the miscalculation that I did not take into play. Turbocharge gives you +2 movement. So, overdrive. Overdrive gives you +2 movement. So a tank from all the way up here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, can get all the way down here. From right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A tank, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, can get all the way over here. From right here. Moreover, what I did not take into account is his ability to one-shot units protecting other units. And with his comm tower back, vision of everything again because of his recons. Everything. He builds up overdrive, and I'm thinking about just cutting the video here. How in the world he could afford that, I will never know. I will never know. Unbelievable that he could afford that. Truly unbelievable. I was so pissed. So I take one artillery shot, that's fine. I mean, it's gone. Look at this, one shot's my APC. That was huge. Does not one shot that, but he's got another medium tank in the area. Artillery gone. Recon gone. Missiles or rockets gone. Bomber gone. How many anti-airs? I gotta imagine he made them all for my mechs. Oh, artillery gone. Mech gone. Look at this tank. Down to 2. Tank gone. Infantry gone. Infantry gone. Pulls back. Ends his turn. I don't know what he's doing. I don't care. Well, guys, I got victory march. And you're not gonna believe this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. His HQ is nowhere in range and probably covered up. So there it is. At this point, I do still have my income advantage, but at the end of the day, I was too demoralized. I was too demoralized to keep going. I probably could have gotten clean shots off with my medium tanks and my neo tank. But I didn't have the vision to. I could have hit his neo tank, but he's super powering. He was just going to hit me back harder. So the only option was to pull back, and at that point, you know, he'd just catch up. I could turtle, but look, he's got an infantry in the area now. He's going to get these properties. He's going to get his income back, and he's going to have the units to do it. The game was over. Ugh. I was so sad. So there it is. I know I needed to make this video because of this just epic battle at the end. And also I really don't expect this video that's going to get much views because it was kind of boring. Like, commentating, it was kind of boring because we couldn't see the enemy units. I think next time I'll just show the enemy units because it's probably more fun that way. But I needed to talk myself out loud and let this serve as a scar on me. If you have an income lead, do not push forward. Sit back. If you each hit 50 units, that's fine. Start deleting your infantry and building teched up units. I needed to sit back more. I pressed my luck too much. I pushed into him too hard. And I paid a big price for it. If I had a couple more turns, I had another neo tank in the area. If I had a couple more turns of teching up, I think I could have survived, but there you go. There's another Sami game. And I see another thing about this that I was kind of conflicted about was I don't want to keep showing videos of me losing. Like nobody wants to watch their YouTuber lose games. But this was such a this was a game like I've never played before. That I really knew that I had to cast this game. I just had to. So yeah, that was it. I'm still really liking Sami. I've always been a guy that plays off meta. I play a lot of League of Legends, and I play off meta League of Legends. I don't take champions that just win the game just because you picked them. I don't play like that. So I'm kind of getting dedicated to trying to make Sami work in tier 4. I know she's not good, and if the best players in the world can't make her good, then she's just not good. But Grim Guy has been doing some nutty stuff with Grim. Granted, that isn't standard, but I don't know. I really like Sami. I could have made her work. That's the other thing. I literally could have made her work, but I just blew it. So I also kind of wanted to talk to you guys about the future of this channel. You know, I can't just be uploading replay commentaries every time for every single video. So I might do some React stuff. My last React video, you guys really didn't like it that much, so that's fine. I might not do that. But also, I'm looking into playing other games, and I'm looking into streaming. I'd really only stream maybe once or twice a week. But if you would be interested in watching my stream, let me know. I could play games. I could just play live standard games against you guys. I could also play any other game. The reason I named my channel Connor Everything is because I am a variety player. I want to play tons and tons and tons of different games. So in the comments, just mention a game that you like to play. Just mention a game that you like to play and you like watching other people play. Because you never know. It could be a very obscure niche game, but I could play it, and if at least one person wants me to play a game that I really want to play, I'll probably play it. So let me know what other games you want to see me play. In the meantime, I've been full addicted to this game. I've been full addicted to just climbing and getting better at this game. I want to be good at this game, and I've been putting a lot of time into it. The problem is my opponents don't like to play me back as frequently as I like to play. And if I have too many ranked games going on at once, I kind of forget my place and I forget where I am. So I don't like to have that many going on all at once. But anyway, okay. Let me know how you liked the video. Let me know what you want to see out of this channel next. You want to watch me stream, play a different game? You want me to do React? You want me to, you know, just post more commentaries? If you're like, yeah, I'm loving your commentaries, keep them coming. I will definitely do that. I love doing it. I'm just worried that you guys are maybe getting a little bit bored of it. And the last thing I wanted to say is I do not think I'm going to stream the reboot camp. There are simply too many other streamers that are way bigger than me. That, you know, you guys are probably going to tune into. Like, don't tell me you're going to watch me over Mags play Reboot Camp. If you are, genuinely let me know in the comments, because if I get a plethora of comments saying yes, if the day Reboot Camp comes out, if you are streaming it, I will not watch anybody else but you. I will 100% stream the first day and a lot of the gameplay of it, and I'd love to interact with you guys in a live format. So let me know what you guys think of the channel so far. I'm really excited about this. I want it to grow. Alright guys, sorry for another tough one. Sorry for posting another Sami one on Goldfish Princess, but I promise my next video I'm gonna post a video of my improved skills and on a different map, I'm almost certain. Alright guys, thanks.